Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Savage World Deadlands. I am the Game Master Johananon.
I'm Casualty CDG, but tonight, I'll be playing the part of Heavy Pete Perkins, who's a hollowed and undead in this world of Deadlands.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back, and welcome to everyone that's new joining us. My name is Kevin, but tonight I am...
Woo! I am pretty drunk. Crooked Charlie's the name, and robbing trains with boomsticks is the game, I suppose.
Hey folks, I'm Matt, but tonight I'm going to be playing James Daffodil, who's a good friend of Charlie, and we're about to trick ride this minecart into oblivion.
Howdy, y'all. Thomas Avenger at Mr. Avenger and all kinds of stuff. Check me out on the Whataburger Museum of Art currently. I'll be playing Butch Wyatt, a retired gunslinger lawman. Yeah, bit of a gambling problem. Kind of a degenerate piece of shit, you know? But I am looking forward to this minecart.
So this campaign we've been doing the Savage World Blood Drive, the most deadly cattle drive in the Weird West. And then in the last episode, you gentlemen decided to enter a mine near your campsite as you were given a day of respite after the crossing of the roaring rapid river that you guys did really successfully. You guys have been down here for a little while now. You gone deeper, and at one point caused a cave-in. After which point you guys are searching for an alternate way out. Came upon a ghost, presumably of a former miner of some kind, but you didn't really get the answers you were looking for. After coming across a abandoned work site, you guys happened upon a functioning minecart, and you guys just couldn't resist. Where we last left off, you guys were on the edge, about to travel down into the deep dark of the unknown. But as you sit there perched, about to launch yourself, you can't help but start to hear some things coming from below. Namely, you kind of hear some rapping, some knocking, some chiseling, some sort of potential. It kind of sounds like people are mining down there. It's very strange, because all the evidence that you have seen so far indicates that there are no living people down here.
Pete, you're dead. You know anything about this?
I take offense to that.
Oh.
I'm not the same as those undead scum that attacked us back at the camp.
That's right. He's hollow inside instead of solid like the rest of us.
Yeah, hollowed, Charlie.
Oh, the same shit, I guess.
No, I don't know much about the occult.
Which I think is great.
Daffodil, you? Anyone ever tried to do that in any place I was law marshaling? Christians just ran them out.
Same.
Yeah, it's
I
funny.
didn't ask to be brought back as one of these things.
Yeah, you definitely did not. Yeah, you don't ask to be brought back as one of those things. You were possessed, which is I really like that about the lore. But yeah, none of you are particularly well versed in the occult, which I find very amusing. But you guys are on this hill. All you gotta do is say the word, and you will ride the rails.
Oh, yeah.
Teetering on this.
Oh,
It's pretty
yeah.
steep at the beginning, and it zooms out of your meager torchlight. You guys do it?
I kick off.
James Daffodil pushes the minecart. Here we go. So who is in front, middle, back? What's everyone's positions on this minecart?
I'll take front with some guns in case we need to shoot any obstacles off the track.
You'll find me in the rear throwing bottles of boom boom off the back.
In my mind's eye, James Daffodil and Heavy Pete Perkins are riding like garbage men on the back right and back left corners, so that we can kick to keep it going for more speed.
That sounds about right.
As soon as you guys kick off, you guys are starting to go pretty fast, pretty quick. It's a very steep incline at this point. And as soon as you guys get to where you couldn't see with your torchlight, you realize that people aren't supposed to ride these, and there's a bit of a low ceiling up ahead. So everybody go ahead and quickly give me an evasion check here. I think just straight up agility, probably. I play so many games now. Yeah, agility will work.
I rolled an 11.
So, about those bennies.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can spend a Benny right now if you would like. Everyone starts with 3 every session, except for me. I start with more.
Come on, that 11 doesn't help out that too.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to spend a benny for the reroll. Cool.
So you get that 4. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's. So Pete, you guys might want to duck. You tuck on down. James right behind you, and then the drunk and the old man are a little slower. The drunk almost loses his head as you guys go. It's not terribly low, but if you stand straight up, you would have lost your head. You guys go underneath this low ceiling, and then you're suddenly in a much larger cave. You guys can immediately see the lack of walls. You can't see the walls in your torchlight. Your torch only goes like 10 feet out and then is eaten by the darkness. But you guys start to pick up speed. I would imagine you're going about 35 at this point.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I'm going to blow charge.
Are there any sparks screaming off the sides yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Right now, you're still within the parameters of cart life. But you guys are kind of an unbalanced load here. So go ahead and give me a couple. Not everyone has to roll for this, but give me some sort of steady check. It could be, I would allow several things.
I'd like to roll agility.
Okay,
if that's
agility.
a thing.
Yeah,
I got a
Could I roll
7.
athletics?
You can do athletics as well. I just need to make sure. Ooh.
Woo!
So at
17.
that, yeah. So all of those are killer rolls. Everybody rolled. Probably could have stopped at Butch with that 17. But yeah. So it starts to shake a little bit. You guys are off balance, and all of you kind of in unison move to balance out the load of this minecart as you're starting to pick up speed and get a little bit of the speed wobbles. But with Butch like centering down on the front, it just kind of completely.
I rolled shooting.
Oh,
to
you
help
rolled
with
shooting.
this. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Butcher's a frail old man. The only way he's going to help is with old thunder and lightning.
Okay.
So that's what I rolled, was a 17 to shoot like the frame to bend it, like on the, you fix like a wobbly shopping cart wheel.
No one can do that.
With that roll,
Shoot the track up ahead and switch us to the right track so we don't collide into a wall.
oh, that's gonna happen for sure. But what this will reflect is there was like a screw on the track that no one saw except Butch, and it would have totally started the derailing process, and he just shoots that right off.
As soon as you shoot it, hey Butch, stop shooting in here.
So you guys have the cart under control. That's important. Because up ahead, you guys do see... You guys kind of level out a little bit, but you guys are now going about 40 miles per hour. Up ahead, just very, very briefly, Butch. Very briefly. You, at being the forefront, you see a fork in the road. You see a lever. and you see that the track is set to launch you guys into a wall.
I'm gonna call out to Daffodil. Daffodil, lever. And then I'm gonna take a shot at it first, and just letting him know in case I miss for him to follow up.
Yeah, go ahead. I hope you don't miss.
Me too.
Hey,
That's
I
pretty
like
good.
a 9.
That's pretty good. 9 is pretty good. So for anyone that hasn't seen Savage Worlds, a basic pass is a 4, almost always. And usually you'll add negative modifiers for condition. But a 9 is killing it. So you hit the lever. The lever snaps off, but you hear it go as the track goes. And you guys all get lurched to the right side as you guys thunder down. You guys, everyone now sees the other track.
Never mind.
Almost went down. And immediately after this, there's a drop. And it's not the biggest drop, but you do pick up a little more speed, all the speed that you ate up in the turn. And at the end of that turn is when there's not really anything on the side of you anymore. It's kind of a steep drop. You don't really know where, but you can smell the smell of like wet mildew, water. So you assume you're definitely in a natural cave formation. As you pick up the speed, you guys can see up ahead a tight turn, and you guys are going too fast to make it.
Pete, wet your club in that wheel.
All right, I'm hitting the brakes.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up.
You're gonna hit the brakes.
I'm wedging my club in the wheel with a fighting check.
Slowly?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do we have brakes on this thing?
Yeah,
or is that just
it
or
does.
Pete
It
and
would.
Daffodil,
It would
the
have
brakes?
brakes, I think. Yeah.
Since they're hanging on it.
They might not work the best. This will work more or less, and you do slow them down a bit. James Daffodil, he slips off the back and he's holding on for dear life.
I ain't scared.
So anyone who wants
Charlie,
to address that, feel
I'm
free.
your friend.
I'm at the front. I wouldn't be looking.
Yeah, you wouldn't be looking.
Him.
But so you guys do slow down, which what that's going to do is going to mitigate the difficulty of trying to turn. But someone needs to counterbalance this hoe.
I'll attempt up at the front since
All you gotta do is lean.
Daffodil's hanging off. Yeah, I'm gonna put my old wiry ass into it.
Yeah, I was trying to lean. That's why.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
He overdid it.
Yeah.
Charlie, help him out.
So what you can use to try and counterbalance, you can use your heft. So you could do like your constitution, kind of like your health roll, vigor. I think, yeah, vigor in this system. Or you could do strength, or really an agility if you want to like hang out the side a little bit.
Butch is just gonna put his shoulder into it. That's about all he's got.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead, and the stress of this causes another one of these.
Spin that Benny.
Yeah, I probably should. Can I though? It's after, and no, I can't on a critical. I don't think.
No, you cannot reroll a
Oh,
critical
you can't.
failure.
Oh
Oh no.
no, Daffodil.
Critical.
Both of them.
So what happens is Daffodil's hanging off the side. You guys are in the turn now, and as that happens, as Crooked Charlie tries to pull Daffodil up, he gets pulled over the side by Daffodil because of the force of the turn. And now they're both
I got
hanging
you,
off
buddy.
the back.
Here I come. Hang on.
But you guys do make it through the turn with a combination of Pete slowing the cart down and Butch successfully weighing to one side this cart.
I'm gonna realize that there's a break now that Charlie is
There
hopped
is.
out. I can see it, and I'm gonna grab onto it and pull the shit out of this thing.
Okay, you're going to
to
slow it
help
down?
Pete try to stop it, so they can hop back in.
Oh, you're going to try and use the brake to, like, help them back in the cart?
Yeah.
Okay, so what that's
Yeah,
going
we're
to do...
not on a steep grade, right? We're in a sharp turn. We should be able to lose
you guys
momentum right here.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's a good idea. So what that's going to do is it's going to lower the only person left who can do anything, Pete. It's going to lower Pete's difficulty of hauling their asses back in. And if you fail this, they're gonna fall.
Get those bennies ready,
Don't
buddy.
do it. Yeah, get them bennies.
No problem.
So what am I
pressure.
spending here?
You don't have to roll anything to pull the break.
Okay.
I feel like
Cool.
that's just you being clever in the situation.
May I pull them in with an agility check, or should it be an athletics check?
It should be probably like a strength athletics kind of situation.
Okay, I'll go with athletics.
It's not-
3's a good number. Yeah, let me give it the Benny. Let me give it the Benjamin.
What if you worsen the roll?
Let me give it the H. John Benjamin. 15!
That's much better. So yeah, you haul their asses
Franklin.
back in the cart. As the cart slows down, you're kind of aided with the momentum from Butch pulling the brake, and you guys are all slammed into it. You guys all kind of crumple up on top of Butch.
Holy no shit. Charlie, if you'd have put that bottle down, you might have been able to pull your friend back in.
I was too busy vomiting. I didn't even realize I hung on to this whole thing. But now that you mention it...
I had it. I didn't need y'all's help.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh, as that's happening, you guys hit something like boom, but you're still going forward. And you guys are all lurched forward. You guys are kind of in a pile towards the front of the minecart, but you hit something large, and it was jarring. It was jarring.
Get the hell off of me.
Anyone see what that was?
As you guys look over the top, you see that you've hit another minecart that was stuck on the tracks. And you can tell from your brake pull, your cart is kind of starting to wobble.
Can I go ahead and try to jump? Are we like touching the other cart?
Yeah, you're
Can I
touching
jump
the other
into
cart. You're
new
not
cart?
pushing it.
Okay, can I jump into the one in front?
Yes.
Yes! I'm going to keep holding that brake to keep this deal right just so we can get in it correctly. Whatever helps him out there.
You
Here I
fly
come.
in, you unceremoniously crumple on the bottom of the cart in front of you.
Oh, shit, fuck.
If anyone else would like to join him, they also need to try to roll for it. James Daffodil goes flying on over, lands a little better. Pete Perkins, you put your hands up on the railing of the front cart, and as you do so, the back cart just kind of starts to slow down.
Oh, come on.
It loses some of its momentum, and your legs are hanging, and now you're just kind of suspended in between these two.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen.
I'll see this go and let go of the brake and try to hop in there with him.
Okay, so what you can do, so you let go of the brake, so your cart starts to pick back up a little bit here. Just a little. But it's enough for you to try to pull him in the cart with you. If you get a good enough roll here.
I'm trying to jump into the forward cart with everyone else before this cart explodes.
It is,
or whatever is going to happen.
You see, it's starting to do this as the wheels are coming undone.
Yeah. That's the situation I thought. So I'm going to let go of the brake and speed up, and me and Pete are both going to jump in cart A, or whichever one is it.
Go for it, man.
What do you want me to do, DM?
You could do athletics. You could do just straight up agility.
Okay.
So you make it. You jump in, but man, barely. You kind of stumble over Pete as he's trying to hang on to this thing. And the cart behind you, Pete, you kind of fell off of it a bit, and one of your foot starts dragging on the planks, going bump, bump, bump. You're like, ah! And the cart behind you is now going faster than the cart in front. So you're about to get sandwiched. But you get a turn.
I would like to attack that cart and kick it off the rail.
Okay.
To be fair, that is also what I was going to do.
Yeah, I was going to throw
there's
a
nothing
bottle
wrong
of
with it.
nitroglycerin at it, so let me know if you need a hand.
I rolled a 5 fighting check.
That definitely hits. Give me damage.
Damage. I'm not super familiar with this character sheet. I think it's at the bottom. Give me a moment.
It's all good, man. So that's a 5.
It's a fiver.
So we'll say you're able to. You definitely slow it down. It's no longer about to, but it's still coming. It just you stopped it from closing the distance. We'll say you caved in the side of one of the wheels, and so the ball bearings are like pinching, and so it's not rolling right.
Somebody pull me up.
Yes.
I'm going to throw the bottle of nitroglycerin at it with that athletics check. Blow it off the rail.
Yeah, you're gonna get helped up John Woo style.
Good Lord. What, a bunch of white doves are going to fly me into the cart?
Yeah, the explosion's gonna push you through the air to us in safety.
Give me that nitro damage.
Interesting. All right.
I land on a motorcycle.
See how that works out.
Backwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where I got 2 guns from. I use a war club, but I've got them now.
Yep.
Thank you, Connor. Connor has boomed Pete Perkins. You get a Benny, sir.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for the Benny.
How much damage? I need to look at the rule sheet real quick.
I actually am unfamiliar with how much nitroglycerin does. But someone can still, while we're waiting, try to help Pete up if you want.
I'll throw a hand out there. I just hopped in that cart with the intent of helping him.
All right, yeah. So you and Daffodil can both haul his ass up.
What you want? You want agility or strength?
Strength. Since you're both doing it, it will be a little easier. That's a good strength.
Butch.
Yeah. So with the 6 and a 3, which is kind of subpar, working together, you guys are able to haul them in pretty good. Just then, the cart you're in starts to wobble.
Thanks for the help, Law Dog, Mr. Daffodil.
Obliged.
So this was an unexpected consequence here. But, so that minecart definitely blows up. It definitely explodes.
Yeah, on the damage, by the way.
2d6. Okay, that's not bad.
It depends on how many you throw in terms of dynamite and nitro. 3 or 4 sticks is 3d6, 5 or 6 sticks is 4d6, and then each additional stick or pint is +2 damage to each.
How many pints did you throw?
I threw just 1.
Okay, so yeah, just a 2d6er. That will be enough to finish this cart off. And it's gonna blow up, leaving kind of the wood shrapnels everywhere. And you guys, I'm saying you guys all successfully duck that. It just shrapnels flying all past your head as the wheels and the metal housing of the cart still kind of roll behind you a little bit.
If we were writing a script here, I would write in for Crooked Charlie. That cart was coming right for us.
Look at it, Jim Daffy. Does that remind you of anything?
I have no issues with what's going on. This is fun. But no, so the explosion has an unintended consequence, though. This is not something I had planned. But some rocks start falling from the ceiling, right?
I shoot him. Yeah, I'm just shooting him.
You're going to shoot the rocks. All right. That's a way to do it. Let's see. Let's
Coming
see how
down
this
at
goes.
us. Fucking shooting him. I'm Butch Wyatt. I'm gonna fucking shoot him.
Let's see how this goes.
10.
Give me your other 6 shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're
that was just shooting. Do you want me to roll the gun specifically?
Yeah, you can roll the gun specifically.
Or is that
That's absolutely a hit. You nail one of these falling. Oh my god.
Oh, damn. 24 damage.
So
with
you just
a 5 bonus damage for 29.
So somehow, some way, there's a rock falling towards the cart. Butch whips out his gun and he shoots that thing into dust. He hits it like in a seam and it just blows this rock apart as you guys emerge through the other side.
That's my +1 pistol.
I wasn't expecting it to be handled so readily. But yeah, no, the rocks falling from the ceiling was improvised because of the nitro. But hey, as you guys emerge from all this dust created by this boulder, you guys see up ahead. Guess what? the rails are out.
Butch is a very I have a hammer and every problem is a nail type of fella.
That's
So
I can't argue with
you guys
damage.
know what Butch is coming with to this scenario. So if y'all have anything better, feel free.
You rolled 3 6s. That's pretty good.
I want to see if I can make a driving check to jump the gap where the track is out. See if it's possible.
It might
Hell
be.
yeah.
It's gonna. I will let you know now. It's going to be a
Nitro
high
boost. Nitro. Hit the nos, Charlie.
I'm gonna hit the bottle instead.
So you guys are approaching this this hole in the tracks that falls God knows where. And Pete, you are not picking up the speed you need. You know it. You know it. You tried, man. You like leaned into it. Unless you want to spend a Benny, you can spend a Benny trying.
Yeah, I think we can jump it. Everybody, hold on.
I don't know about this. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, that's much better. Oh wow.
I went from a 5 to an 11 with that Benny. I'd like to thank incompetent user, my personal friend Connor, for the Benny.
Oh, Connor.
Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. As
No,
always.
it's definitely good to see you.
Thank
man.
you.
It's been a while.
Thank you very much.
Sent me to an early grave
That
almost.
means.
Hit your bides.
So you guys pick up a lot of speed all of a sudden. He gets you all to get down, and you guys kind of lean forward as you're going downhill, and you build up speed, and the last second he like makes all of you lean back,
Lean back now.
and you guys haul at. You're like, ah! You guys clip the ceiling a little bit. Some rocks fall down. They hit something down there that goes. And then you guys you hit the rails and you land, but you don't land quite right. And eventually you guys and you guys come to a stop in a it's right around a little turn area. There's some wooden infrastructure here holding up the ceiling, and you guys have hit the end of the rails here.
That was not as fun as I thought it would be.
You're all fine.
It was funner.
It was
Holy
pretty good.
shit.
Funner.
That was awesome, dude. Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
I love that, man.
You already were sick.
All right, three of you, stop playing around. I'll wipe the dust off my vest and walk through the wooden structure.
Yeah, the wooden structure.
Like,
is,
trying to pretend that wasn't the most fun fucking thing. That was exactly what I wanted it to be. That was awesome.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
it was.
that went better. Yeah, I planned out every part of that sequence. I put some work into it because I knew you guys really wanted it, man, and that was fun. That was fun.
Awesome.
That scene in Office Space where they're fucking up that fax machine, that was us with a minecart. I just want like a outline silhouette.
That was so
Well, we've
good.
done like every ridiculous sort of like vehicle chase, like boats and jet skis and planes and foot races, and now we've run a minecart down the hill. So
Yeah, there's only so many left.
We have not done a hot air balloon. We have done a blimp, but
gotta
not
do-
a hot air
We
balloon.
gotta do
Hot
air
dog
balloon.
cart chase. Hot dog cart chase.
We gotta do
Astral
like
projection tag.
dragons. There's still a few.
Radio flyer wagon chase.
What about if we're in a car and somebody jerks some guy off on a motorcycle?
jousting. with
Hopefully you're wearing
dirigibles.
your raincoat.
Oh, God. But we won't specify which raincoat until we get a sponsorship.
There you go.
Like
yeah.
they're driving side by side and the guy's leaning out of the car giving handies to motorcycle guys.
I don't know, man. How did you envision it?
You know, pretty much like that. Yeah. Andy's outside the window, dude. Yeah.
His motorcycle guy like having to stand up.
Okay, so Thomas, here, I'll lay it out for you, Thomas, because you weren't there. We were playing Cyberpunk. Matt has a grapple hand that can like launch off, and so he's like, I launch my hand off at this motorcycle guy, and I grab his shoulders and I just jerk him off.
Got a hand motion and everything. It's beautiful.
And he didn't hear it until like
took me
the
a
second
minute.
he said it.
Yeah.
Well, did that guy finish?
Our stream
Was he
got
finished?
brought to a
He
halt
was
for a
finished.
minute. But yeah,
Sounds like it.
so you guys are not on the super highways of Night City today. You guys are in an abandoned mine.
But that doesn't mean that you can't give somebody a reach around and jerk them
That's
off.
true. That's always an option. It's always an option. There's a whole movie about it.
It's a whole song about it.
Brokeback Mountain.
More than
But
one.
yeah, so You guys are in this mine. You guys, the dust is still settling from your wrecked. You guys have like bumps and scrapes kind of thing. Your adrenaline's really high because you guys aren't used to traveling 45 miles an hour. And Pete just says, "You guys need to quit fucking around." And he enters this wooden archway that leads deeper into the mine. Ahead of him, all of you, including him, you guys can hear what sounds like mining. It sounds like you hear like metal on stone.
Gonna be a reloading as we walk.
Tink, 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 tink.
You recognize that, Pete?
Sounds like somebody's doing some mining in there.
Well, assuming it's a ghost. Then what?
Mr. Daffodil here's been kind enough to let us know there's no such thing as ghosts.
There ain't no such thing.
I
as
forgot
ghosts.
about him not believing in ghosts.
Well,
That's really
why don't you go ahead and take point? How's that sound? Just
Sounds
back you
fine.
up.
Because there ain't no ghosts.
Well, I know how this
Mr.
is gonna fucking
Daffodil.
turn out, so I'm coming with you.
Mr. Daffodil, before you go ahead, might I warn you about the story of Ebenezer Scrooge? There were definitely chains haunting him at night. You could be walking right into a ghost.
Well, I guess I'm just a humbug.
Just kind of, this isn't because you guys are saying what you're saying, it's because this is what was going to happen. But up ahead of you, Pete, you see a man come around the corner and like look at you and stop
Good evening, sir.
and then just keep walking.
I'll be damned if I didn't just see another goddamn ghost, Mr. Daffodil.
When you get to where he came from and where he went, it's just solid walls.
Oh yeah, he walked right through this wall here.
Apparently solid walls.
You know what, Pete? You know how I know you're not a holler? You're not a holler guy? Do you know?
Enlighten
I
me,
can't
Mr.
fucking
Daffodil.
wait. I can't wait.
It's because you're full of shit.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
I
gold.
understood that one.
You know what,
Well,
Mr.
I
Daffodil?
tell you
Shut the
what.
hell up, Charlie.
Mr.
That was
James
a
Daffodil,
fantastic joke, but
You get a Benny,
you can
sir.
see holes fucking through this guy. It's pretty fucking goddamn clear he ain't human.
He's just sick.
No, I'm fucking sick.
So you're both sick. More than
He's
one person
fucking
can be
dead.
sick.
Jesus Christ.
You got a bonk on his noggin, maybe.
Well, anyhow, lead the way, Daffodil.
All right. Now I start walking.
You start walking. You're looking around, seeing what this ghost business is all about. You don't see anything. You know what I mean? You saw the guy, but there's probably a secret passage. And as you're looking around, you kind of start seeing, because you're looking for something real. You know what I mean? You start seeing strange markings in the stone. It looks like they were like hand chiseled, which isn't how people use pickaxes really. And it's all about, it's like weird. It's all about like waist level. It's like these waist level markings. And as
Now, if I wasn't letting my imagination get the best of me, Mr. Daffodil, I'd guess that these were done by the ghosts of children.
I can't ask for any more. This is great. Very happy right now.
Sans it's the ghost of tiny people.
You know what, Pete? That's the funniest goddamn thing I ever heard.
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? I'll color me surprised if we get in the next room and it was a whole bunch of little people working in this mine.
Look, I don't mean to be weird, but have any of you motherfuckers ever heard of fairies?
Jesus Christ, I hate fairies.
They're supposed to be pretty small.
I'm
I'm not
too
saying
keen
they
on
fucking
little
did it,
people either, to
but-
tell you the truth.
But I've seen some weird shit recently, and it wouldn't fucking surprise me. That's all I'm saying.
Wyatt, you need to be checked for a fever. Ain't no such thing as fairies. This is obviously the work of ghosts.
I have a fever.
Yeah,
and
you're probably right.
the only cure is more cowbell. That was my impression.
That was a really good impression. Who was that an impression of? What was that?
Why can't I remember his name?
Borat, I think.
Yeah, it's Ben Nice. Hi, Alicia.
Impressions very nice. Cowbell nice.
Cowbell. Ding ding.
Hello, welcome.
But yeah, so as you're leading the way, James, you notice this. You put your hands on it, you touch it, it's just regular rock. But as you pass, there's this final archway before you open up into a slightly larger area. You kind of hear like straining wood.
You fellas hear that?
Yeah.
That sounds like a goddamn coffin if I ever heard one.
Okay.
Shooting now or shooting later.
And then you see Dracula.
Whoa.
Figured one of y'all was getting hungry for lunch.
Yeah.
But that's what you hear, and in front of you is the final wooden archway that leads into. Once you pass through that, you're in a new room. So you just let me know what you do here, sir.
I leisurely walk into the room.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Does this look like a fucking room of coffins?
I can't really tell. Let me check.
What's in this
I'll let
fucking
you know.
room?
The room is ahead of you. You can see a couple things without entering the room through the archway. You can see like a couple barrels that have what you assume are the handles of various tools sticking out. You see like a pile of dust-covered rope. You smell mildew and like old clothing and just kind of
A bunch of old coffins.
and rotting wood is the smell coming from there. And you just kind of see like evidence of old human activity. You don't see any coffins.
a bunch of coffins.
I regret so much not having coffins right now. Like, God, I wish that was my plan all along. I'd be
There
so
is
happy.
nothing. As a game master, Jahan, you should know there's nothing wrong with adding a room after this room
I can.
that is a room full of
100%
coffins.
I can.
Like, this is a good chance for a Nosferatu encounter.
It's literally a thing in the book.
Yeah, I would tread lightly though. Crooked Charlie, man, he got some tricks up his sleeve.
Maybe we shouldn't ask for Nosferatu, or else we'll be given Nosferatu.
I give you guys what you want, man. Give the people what they want. But yeah, so do you enter this coffin-laden room? There's no comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna strap 2 coffins to my feet and coffin my way right in.
God, that'd be great.
Crooked Charlie takes a deep breath of the air and then starts coughing.
That's why they call me Grave Walker. Because of my coffin shoes. But yeah. So James walks on in to this room. As you walk through, you hear the just like straining wood.
Can I look around and see if I can see what's causing this?
Yes. You are in the room now, though.
Cool.
That's a very good notice roll. The straining's coming from like right behind you, right where you just were. And you look back at the archways. And now that you're on this side of it, you look above it, and there's like, you see just a shit ton of like small rocks piled up over the top of the arch. And you see like, with a notice roll of 9, which it does give you a raise, you see like a very thin like metal cord coming like almost like a cartoon, like off to the side.
Run, y'all! Get over here, quick! Quick! No time to explain.
What do you guys do?
I go over there and
You guys
stare at
run
the
on
metal
in.
cord he's pointing at.
Yeah, he said quick. I clicked
Charlie.
agility. That's the quickest skill I got.
It's good. Yeah, no, but oh jeez. Yeah, you guys like travel through space and time
So-
to enter this room.
I'll
He's
just
like
walk
shouting
over
for
there.
us to get over there, and Heavy Pete Perkins and Butch Wyatt get over, and then he's like, "Come on, Charlie, let's go!" And then I'm like standing like 10 feet behind him already.
Yeah, as all of you guys enter this room,
That looked like a blast detonator cord to you, Charlie.
Sort of.
James, you see,
No, actually, it looks more like it's going to release those rocks and crush them,
it does.
motherfuckers.
It
dude.
does indeed. As soon as you guys are on the other side, James, you notice the tension on the rope just, and it goes ting, and as it's pulled taut, and it pulls like a plank out, and it hits the ground with a loud thud, and it almost hits you. The plank comes flying out, and then all the rock.
I know my booby traps.
But specifically because of your notice roll, James, you know that it wasn't a normal booby trap. It was triggered by somebody's hand.
Well, ghosts ain't real, but someone's down here trying to kill us.
They might get away with it too.
What
It's
direction
not for
was that
us.
cord running?
You can follow it.
I would
if you
like
want
to.
Yeah, you follow it.
Yeah, and our vulture too.
And that's where things get a little weird for you there. The cord, as you follow it, you tug on it, and it doesn't go anywhere. And when you get to the end of it, it's going like into the solid rock wall.
Hmm.
And you guys hear the chipping away, the noise of mining.
Well,
Tink. And then you hear some scuffling. And for a brief second, I'll say, Crooked Charlie, since you're the one that would probably write it off as a hallucination caused by your alcoholism, you'll see off in the dark, you'll see just a pair of like little glowing eyes for like a brief second, and then gone.
Holy shit. I didn't know bats could get so far down here. Whatever.
Could have been a bit.
Can I go in the direction of where I saw it?
Yeah, you can go. So the direction you saw it in is just continuing on in this mine. You guys keep going deeper, and your way back is now cut off. But the eyes you saw were down a particular passage. There are two in this room. Now that you guys are like looking, they both exploded, and since they live together, maybe their internet went kazook.
Well, let's see what it is we're doing. Let's say they chose one tunnel and me and Pete will choose the other.
There's Crooked Charlie. Hi, Crooked Charlie.
What's up? Did you get my message in the chat?
Yes, that you would like to follow the.
Potential team.
That's right, potential demon.
That is correct. I would like to go in the direction of the eyes if we haven't already moved far past all this.
Yeah, you haven't. I'll explain the room a little better now that you guys are like all fully in and all the stuff has happened. But it is a sort of an oval shaped room. It's been carved out, and it has two directions that aren't closed off from you. One is the way the cord was and the eyes you saw, and the other isn't. They both look similar. They have wooden arches, and the one with the eyes is the one you hear the mining coming from. You don't hear anything coming from the other direction. Hey, you guys are back. Hey, Matt.
Heading towards the noise.
You guys want to head towards the noise. Alrighty. So you guys enter another tunnel. It's not as long as the one you were just in that got caved in.
What about cave people, Daffodil? Think there might just be some crazy motherfuckers who live down here.
If any of you guys have like a lore or something that could be applicable, you could roll with the evidence with the things you're starting to pick up if you wanted to.
Well, my granddaddy was a West Virginia miner person, so I might have learned a thing or two growing up around that crazy drunk son of a bitch.
Do tell.
Common knowledge. Common knowledge would work if it was high enough.
Yes, I actually have a -1 to common knowledge, and so I rolled it to see what kind of bullshit story I know that is not true.
So that's good. So you've heard tale of runaway children falling into wells.
Oh yeah,
And starting like underground covens of little kids, and they evolved to have like translucent pale skin.
so I don't know if you
milky
guys
eyes.
have heard about the monster children of the deep,
They call them ankle biters.
but there's a good chance that we're looking at ankle biters. They're translucent, pale-skinned children with razor-sharp teeth.
Ew.
They've gone feral.
Mr. Butch Wyatt has received a Benny from Alicia.
Hey, thanks, Lee.
That explains the small carvings.
Just what in the hell are you going on about, Pete?
Potentially nonsense. You guys aren't sure.
Better than ghosts.
But
I
you
want to
guys-
notice that he's spewing bullshit.
He actually. So the problem with rolling notice for that is you can only tell if he thinks he's spewing bullshit. He doesn't. He believes he's giving you a really good urban legend here. that,
But my 10 is green.
It is green, and you
So
know he's
I would tell you
convinced.
what you notice, because it's on my character sheet.
Oh, go ahead.
He's nuts.
You would notice that I have the clueless hindrance, and I have a -1 to all common knowledge rolls. So you might notice that I'm a fucking idiot. Also, I'm illiterate, and you've been traveling with me for a while. I can't read or write. So whatever I heard is just what I heard, and that's what I know.
Yeah, you start picking up on some stuff from your travels. You're like, I think this is just some sort of illiterate dummy. If you're illiterate in real life,
Sorry.
sorry, don't mean any offense. You know, it's probably not your fault.
Blame it on the government for fucking you up.
The more you know. But yeah, so
Hashtag failed by the system.
failed by the system.
Failed.
You guys are in this
Send
tunnel
us
now.
a DM, and we'll teach you how to read.
That could be fun. Fresh out the box helps you learn how to read.
I'll find a fucking local program somewhere in the United States to help someone learn how to read. I know that exists.
Oh, it definitely is.
I've got the time to find that for somebody.
So you guys all head towards this noise. You guys head towards the chipping kind of stuff.
Chip, chip.
Yep. Hands on pistol.
Who's in front?
I
James
would assume that
Daffodil.
I am. Oh.
Yeah, he said he was taking point early on.
James Daffodil, give me another notice check.
All right.
Old Jim Daffy.
Oh.
You're walking, you notice something on the ground catches your eye.
I look close.
You kneel down. You get everyone to stop. You're like, stop. And there's a tripwire going across the ground. It looks new.
There's another trap right here, trying to kill us.
Well, why don't we do something about it instead of jumping around like a bunch of idiots?
What would be the skill for trying to disarm it?
Probably repair. Yeah, there it is. Cricket Charlie knows how to do this. His shaky ass hands shaking the pliers.
As soon as it comes to the nut cutting time, though, he just becomes surgical.
He takes a swig of his liquor and his hands are rock steady.
The secret is in the shaking. You just wiggle it a little bit at a time until it comes loose.
The way I would have filmed it is really high pressure, sweat coming down his brow, and he finally gets down to it. He just has to do one really fucking simple thing. He just clips the one thing there is to
Unplug it.
clip.
He turns the switch off.
Yeah, it's just something real easy on this one. He pulls it. He's like, whoo!
Nah, you
And that's
find
not how these are
victory
gonna
swing.
go.
now you find that it's a tension wire, and so you tie it down and then you clip it so you guys can walk through safely.
Now let's see what this one does.
All it would take to set it off is like a swift kick. But yeah. So
Can we see what it was attached to?
You see up above you, some of the ceiling is like a dust-covered old net that's really hard to see. It's very well hidden, and like it's holding rocks to the ceiling. It's another like cartoony kind of trap, but it would have sucked. It would have hurt a lot. It was a very vicious trap. As you do this, as you stop this trap, you hear and then you guys start seeing these you hear as you see holes start to open up in the walls as these like claws come through.
Oh yeah.
In front of you and behind you, you see several how would you describe them? They're about 4 feet tall. They have largish heads. They kind of look like space aliens. It's kind of, sort of. They have very, like, what's the word? Placid, like, wet-looking skin. They're dark. They have weird fur just on their torso. And their heads are too big for their bodies. They have
Ankle biters.
They have sunken-in eyes that are small and beady and glowing, and they have vicious fangs.
Yep.
They're
Everybody
hunched
kill
over.
these fucking kids.
Yeah, they don't look. They each have only 3 digits that end in vicious claws, and you see 3 in front, 3 in back. They surround you very quickly, and that's when everybody draws their initiative cards.
When I heard the sound, I rolled a shooting.
Oh, okay. You just immediately open fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Sweet.
Let's see, I'm going to draw myself a card.
So I have quick draw and rapid fire, with both allow me to draw additional cards, action cards.
So what that means is that you get to draw 2, and then you pick.
Cool. That's what I would like to do then. Draw 2. Are we drawing or are you dealing them out?
Draw. Go ahead and draw.
Okay. Let's see what I got, guys.
So yeah, you got 2, and everybody else needs 1. And then you guys just let me know.
Wait, quick draw holster is what gives the extra card, though, right?
I think it's his quick draw ability.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my edges.
I double drew then, my bad. I'll go with the lowest one. Oh, wow. Well, that's fortunate.
And I can spend a Benny for an additional card if I like, thanks to my rapid fire.
You can. You can. If you don't like what you got, go ahead. What did you get, Daffodil?
I got...
Shit. Can I spend a Benny and make my card not a club?
No. Clubs don't necessarily have an effect in this situation.
Oh, okay.
That was during the... if you guys are doing extended tests, clubs suck.
Oh, okay.
4 of spades. All right.
Ace of hearts,
You can
baby.
use that Ace of Hearts for Butch, which makes sense. Crooked Charlie, Ace of Clubberinos. Okay.
Close enough.
Wait, did you guys?
All you
You
do
guys
at home.
got all 4 suits. Just FYI. Just fun.
Sounds like we're going to a funeral today, boys.
Daffodil and our good friend Wyatt. I got the Queen of Diamonds, I think. It might have been Hearts. Hearts, yes. Queen of Hearts. So that means first in the order. So what's going to happen? You did fire quick, James. I'm going to go ahead and let you get a quick shot off, but it is a quick shot, which means it's going to have a -2. But it looks like you hit anyways. So go ahead and give me that damage.
Noise.
7 damage. Let's see if you get through this thing's toughness. You do get through his toughness. So what that means is that one of them, you hit one of them and you graze their forehead, and he's like shaking. So essentially that's the step before wounded. Someone just has to hit him again and he will be dead in theory. But he doesn't get he also doesn't get a turn now, which is cool. So the thing is, I was going to say something. It was going to be really cool. I guess, Thomas, go ahead and lay it out there, buddy.
Not like that. Like this.
And then I'll finish off the one he was killing with the easy shot, and then I'll take another shot at another one, and follow up with, take this, you ankle-biting fucking freaks.
Just shot against Daffodil's target, absolutely.
Well, we're gonna Benny that.
Yeah,
Benny that for sure.
People giving them to you, might as well use them. There you go. So you hit that guy. Give me that damage.
Damn, nice.
All right, that guy's gonna get a little bit of
How many of these things are there?
6.
Oh.
Yeah,
20 damage.
You peg him right between the eyes, and you see him. He just goes stiff as a board and falls backwards like he's doing a trust fall.
And then other gun, next person.
And then all the 2 that were standing next to him look at him, and then they look at you and go, Go ahead.
They're gonna get shot in the fucking face. Benny!
Benny and the Jets.
5?
That's a hit.
Yes. All right. This one says lightning, but this is actually thunder. It doesn't have the additional stuff.
Whoa.
So what that is, so you pass his toughness, which means that's a hit. That means you shake him. You pass his toughness by more than double. That's a raise, which means you wound him. And so you, as one of them turns back and hisses at you, you just hit him right through the eyes, and he drops dead as a doornail.
Don't fucking hiss at me.
Crooked Charlie, you see this feat of gun foolery after your companions all open fire, minus Pete and you, of course. What do you do, sir?
So this entire time, they heard the noises and stuff, and Crooked Charlie started reacting almost just as quickly. However, his reaction was sort of different. As Daffodil goes to draw his pistol and starts firing, Charlie begins to cackle. Butch Wyatt doing his thing. You still hear Charlie cackling. The adrenaline was kind of pumping. Didn't hear it. Now you hear it. And you turn around to see Crooked Charlie whip something nasty out. And he's going to go ahead and shoot at
Put that away.
as many in the room as you'll allow in a cone template range.
So there's one of them in front of you guys now. There's 3 behind you. Which way?
Definitely want to aim at the group of 3. And what I'm holding is a Ghost Rock fueled flamethrower.
Oh shit!
And I am just laughing my ass off.
You whip that thing out. Yeah, it's something he bought a long time ago.
It took so much of my starting money.
It took all of his starting money.
Like all of it is fucking bad.
Yeah, go ahead. It's gonna hit all 3 of them.
Perfect.
If it doesn't hit all 3 of them in this situation, then it never will.
Just hear this psychotic laughter, turn and look. Fuck.
Get down, fire.
Let me check out.
That's agility.
Let me check this thing out real quick. Ghost flamethrower. This is the first time we're doing it. We got to do it right.
Yeah, it's got a rate of fire of 1, 6 shots total, takes 1 pound of Ghost Rock, cone template range, 3d6 damage. Weighs 15.
Okay.
Oh, it also burns anything around it that's flammable. So if there were wooden coffins, Lashitsnaya.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's wood everything.
So you burn up some. So as this thing fires up, you hear like ghost noises coming out of it as like you see souls escape from this flame jet as it consumes these three things. You see the one that you're still looking at, James, and Butch go like this at the light, like as his pupils like constrict to the point of almost exploding. And then the three on the other side, they go, ah! And they're all like, they're laying out this horrible high-pitched screaming sound. It's horrific as they kind of just sort of descend into these piles of themselves. But they are all, with 15 damage on that, they are all very dead.
Why the fuck didn't you use that against the spiders?
I didn't need it against the spiders, goddammit.
The last one is still there, and it's going to just kind of it's still there. Pete, you get to go. Oh, actually, it gets to go, doesn't it? Yeah, it's before you. So it's going to dive into the wall, and you see it dive into solid rock and just tear it apart and go.
Damn, look at that critter run.
And technically, you still might be able to see it on your turn, Pete, but it is in that hole. Because it can only go so far. You're muted, Pete.
I'm going to walk over to that hole and stick my hand down in that hole and try to grab it. This ain't so different than catfishing.
Yeah, you reach on in there.
Nice. A 10 athletics to reach in and grab it.
You reach on in, and it's almost out of reach, but you grab its foot and you pull it back out. And it goes... It sounds like a mixture between a screaming child and a pig.
I don't like this one bit.
Time up.
I'll move to assist the hog time.
Is anybody else fucking starving?
I'm getting pretty hungry, child.
Gross.
There. Yes, agility is.
So you guys are tying it up?
Yep, tie it up. Tie it all up.
You guys tie this thing up. It's just letting out this horrific noise.
Nah, I'm gonna gag it too. Shut up. God, fucking shut the fuck up. Shut up.
It tries to bite your finger, but with that agility check, you pull your hand back like right.
God fucking damn it. Do you want us to turn your head into a canoe like your fucking friend? Shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
It doesn't seem to register what you're saying.
Are you an ankle biter?
Are you a fairy or not?
It looks like he's saying yes.
In answer, he's going...
Yeah.
I'd like to, as Crooked Charlie, we're going to walk up to it, and then I'm going to take a swig from my bottle of whiskey, and then I'm just going to pour some whiskey on it as I stare at it.
Just starts melting like a slug.
It does not. But it kind of squirms like it doesn't like it. I imagine most people don't like getting whiskey poured on them.
Charlie
Depends
does.
on who you ask, sonny boy.
Depends on who's pouring it, I suppose.
Ooh.
But yeah, so what do you guys
Pete,
do?
can
you
you
guys are
talk
now...
to this fucking thing or what?
What the hell do you think I can talk to this thing for?
Hey,
I
look here,
told you,
motherfucker. You're
I
the
don't
one
know
who
anything
moves
about
bugs
the
around
occult.
with your fucking mind and shit. Just thought maybe you could fucking talk to him like a bug or something.
Does this look like a bug to you? And I
I
point
don't know
down.
what every fucking
I
bug looks
point
like.
down to the screaming pig human-like creature on the ground.
Yeah, fucking kinda.
Charlie,
He was
you
just
have
digging
been
in the
doomed,
dirt.
Charlie.
Yes.
Go ahead and throw one of your bennies in the trash, sir.
One remain. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Fuck. Here comes that second doom.
She doesn't like you pouring whiskey on small screaming pig children.
Fair. I appreciate that. Good. Way to doom with a purpose.
Yeah, do it with a purpose. It's good stuff. But yeah, so this thing is trying. It's trying to escape right in front of you. It doesn't care. It seems feral, and it definitely seems very animalistic.
The hell are we tying this up for? You plan on bringing it back home and giving it a name?
Why the fuck did you grab it then?
I pulled the shotgun, the sawed-off off of my hip.
No. Let's take him back. Teach him how to ride a horse.
Maybe exactly we can use him in your show, Jimmy.
Hey, while we have him tied up, you can get a good gander at him. What sort of affliction is it you think this young fella has? Maybe he's got a touch of the tuberculosis.
No, he ain't a fella. Right?
No fucking shit.
I don't think he's going to make much of a jockey, to be honest with you.
I read about these. They're just like big prairie dogs or something.
You know what, Mr. Daffodil? I hand the ropes to you. It's all yours.
Well, thank you.
One of you, after like seeing it, and looking at it, and thinking about it for a minute, might come up with a name for these things. They are an actual mythological Western creature in real life. They're called Tommy knockers. And they live in mines. And they try to trap miners in the mines and then eat them. So it's not an uncommon thing for people in this time to know about. It sounds like you got some Tommy knockers in that. Like
Jesus, Stephen King wrote a Tommy knockers book.
Tommy knockers knocking at your door.
Yeah, but you might recall like some sort of child rhyme about them. And that's when you guys kind of realize what they are. And honestly, even though you've already killed some, it kind of, now that you realize what they are, it's kind of spooky. And I was supposed to make you roll fear, but I won't. I'm not retroactively going to do that. But maybe if you see more of them, you might get spooked.
All right, so is there any way we could communicate with this shithead or not?
There's got to be someone who can talk to this fella. Or not fella.
I do not think they speak the common tongue.
I don't know that, though.
It's true.
I'm going to try to give him a piece of, like, jerky or tack biscuit that I've got on me or something.
Yeah, give him some jerky.
Hey, right here. Hey, there you go. I'll, like, fucking throw a piece at him.
Do you undo his mouth?
Yeah, but not at all, like, gently or passionately, the same way you would, like, getting, like, a deer dislodged from a fence. Like, right over.
You throw some jerky at him. He'll smell it and he'll gobble it down. And then he'll try to squirm towards you, and he's just trying to bite at you.
No. Keep that shit up, and that fucking muzzle's going back on you. You want some more of this jerky? Sit down and chill the fuck out.
He does indeed try to keep biting you. He doesn't listen at all.
How do I fucking? I'll give him another piece of jerky. Toss it at him or whatever I've got in my mess kit.
He'll eat it, and then instead of going for you, he'll start trying to go for your pack.
I'm gonna be I said fucking stop that.
Now what?
As you make this noise, he looks at you, and then he like hurries to your pack, and he starts biting your pack. Like,
I'm gonna pistol whip him. You learn. Look here, motherfucker. You're gonna learn the line is real quick.
It's literally as easy as pistol whipping a child would be. So you're just.
There's a line, all right? You're gonna keep fucking pushing me. You're gonna get this goddamn muzzle back on.
That's a brand new sentence, Jahan. It's as easy as pistol whipping a child.
I'm trying to make him feel bad.
No. This is not a child. This is some mutant freak show. It's a Tommy knocker.
It's a Tommy knocker. Yeah, I know a Tommy knocker when I see one. This guy's knocking all the Tommies in town.
These are exactly how I imagined fairies all these years.
So you guys are in this. You're outside of the tunnel that you encountered these things, and you guys are kind of in a larger area. now with this tied up one. There's some furniture here. There's like a bench, some barrels. You see like an abandoned pack. And off to one side, you see like a cave opening that leads out into like a steep crevasse kind of situation.
I'm gonna sort of meander around doing some detective work, kicking through packs, looking for any kind of clues or anything of value from old lawman days.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
I don't know what that's under.
I don't know what that's under either.
Smart.
Yeah, it would be smart. So give me a smarts. If you have like a relevant skill, you can use it too, like deduction or something.
I don't think that I do. I made him very one note in abilities.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Being good at one thing can be a good thing. So yeah, no, you check through the pack. It's old. You find a journal in it, and it's dated like 50 years ago. So all this happened a long time ago. And as you're reading through it, it's pretty standard. It's like got some coal smeared pages from the hands of a miner. Decent penmanship.
This journal's 50 years old.
Pretty diligent about writing in it often. Talks about life as a miner. Talks about missing people back home. Talks about getting sick at one point, getting better. Hopes and dreams. But eventually, you get towards the end, and something's trapped us down here. We don't know. There's a cave in. At first, they don't know what happened. But eventually, they started turning on each other as the food ran low. And eventually, in their weakened state, he will note that they can see the eyes watching them as they start winding down, as they're too tired to put up a fight. And they just kind of start walking up and taking people away. Right in front of everybody. Everyone's too emaciated and tired to do anything about it.
This place is a fucking nightmare. The longer we're in here, the longer they're going to keep coming. And about 50 years ago, they killed everybody, one by one. They just outweighed us. So let's get whatever the fuck we're in here for and get out of here.
I ain't scared of these little fucking things.
Well, you know what? I don't think they quite ever ran into Daffodil, Heavy Pete, Crooked Charlie, and Butch Wyatt before.
The very last page.
Demon magic on it. Charlie, blow them the fuck up, and me and James will shoot every other last one of them.
The very last page, you have to peel open as the pages are stuck together.
Yeah, I know what this is.
It appears to be the word
charcoal
run.
drawing of his wife.
It appears to be the word run written with the blood of a bitten off fingertip.
Well, this would have been more helpful by the front door.
Yeah.
I'll hold it up to him.
The ghost pops up. He's like, well, excuse me.
Told you there were ghosts in here.
La-di-da!
Hey, what's up, Stuart? How's it going, man?
Hello.
Good to have you, buddy. Howdy. But yeah, so as you read this thing, you're like, we need to get the fuck out of here. You hear the shifting, you hear the stones moving, and you can see the eyes. And you start to count them, and as you start to count them, you don't just lose count, you lose heart a little bit. You're doing some very basic math here, and you just see eyes. Some of them are out over the crevasse, past this little cave opening. Some of them are back the way you came. And some of them are in the very room in which you were currently taking shelter. And at that, we're going to go ahead and take our break.
Oh.
I guess that means we'll see everybody here in 5 to 7 minutes. It's kind of a loose 5-minute break. Don't forget to follow, to subscribe, and you can use your channel points to boon or doom us. That means you can give us advantage and help us along our adventure, or hurt us and take away our luck points. So stick around, get them free channel points, and help us play along with our games every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night here at Fresh Out the Box.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in to watch us, y'all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays Savage World Deadlands. I am still the Game Master, Johanna.
I'm Casualty CDG, but you can call me Gary. And while we're playing Savage World's Deadlands, I'll be playing the part of Heavy Pete Perkins, the undead outlaw. I'm an unhallowed. Are hollowed in this setting? Harrowed. A harrowed. And boy, oh fucking boy, do I want some chicken tenders.
What's up? Welcome back from the break. I am still Kevin, and I am still
Sirs, madams, Crooked Charlie at your service, and that's about it.
Hey, folks, I'm Matt, but tonight I'm James Daffodil. And really, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe that any of this nonsense exists. I don't believe that Pete is a holler.
Hey. What's up, Tony?
Hi,
Sorry,
Tony.
friend of the channel.
Howdy, y'all. Thomas Avenger at Mr. Avenger and at Thomas Avenger on all kinds of stuff. Currently on the Whataburger Museum of Art page. It's pretty neat. I'm in here as a Butch Wire.
There's something ailing me, man. Kind of some bad debts. Getting into some shit here. Maybe I'll keep this fucking Tommy Knocker as a pet.
Everybody loves a good Tommy knocker. You guys, where we last left off, were in a room with a tied-up Tommy knocker. For those of you that didn't see, it's kind of like a big-headed little gremlin monster. They're pretty creepy. But as you guys were investigating this room, discovered the fate of the previous inhabitants, you are surrounded by glowing eyes in the dark. And you realize that there are a lot of these things here. And that is where we left off, so that is where we will pick it back up.
Well, that's a lot of bullets.
I'm
So is
thinking I
there-
can kill about 14 or 15 of those things before I get overrun.
I could get them all at once if you could get them to follow us.
Yeah, where's that fucking flamethrower at?
Is there a discernible exit to the room that we did not come through?
There's the way you came from. There is the sheer drop into the unknown off to one side. And then there is another way, but it doesn't look like a tunnel. It looks like maybe some sort of room. You're not sure if there's a way out through there.
Well,
Let's start with the fastest way down. Throw me that torch.
sling over to him.
I'll throw the torch off the ledge.
Before it goes out of sight completely, you see it hit like water, and it goes. Kss. It goes out.
There's water down there, so it's a definite maybe.
Well, how deep you think that fucking water is?
One way to find out.
There is one way to find out, and I grab the fucking hog-tied little Tommy Knocker guy and throw his ass down the hole.
Oh, shit. That was
Gag
supposed to
him.
be my rodeo clown.
What, you piece of shit?
You hear a splash.
I listen to see if we hear any. I let him untie him when I threw him. Listen to see if we hear any paddling or screaming.
You hear paddling. If you
Yeah.
untied him, then yeah, you can hear him swimming away.
I'll get him for you, Jimmy.
And Crooked
No.
Charlie's gonna go ahead and jump down the hole.
Yep, same. Follow suit.
To you launch
Fucking
off
looking.
the side.
Looking for this little shit.
Yeah, you guys jump. What about Pete and James?
I jump.
You jump. Pete, you're the last one off. As you are the last one off, you look behind you and you see them coming out the woodwork. They're just like the whole area you guys just were is full.
How much ammo do you want me to use? I'm just gonna blast shotgun rounds at these things until they're close enough that I have to jump.
For sake of
Like,
Awesome,
just for the
dude.
cinematic
Yeah.
purpose, I'll just
For
get rid of
cinematic
like
purpose,
10.
what kind of shotgun is it? Double barrel?
It's a double barrel sawed off.
We'll say you can and reload once and fire again. So 4.
All right. I'm now down to 36 shells.
Yeah, you see some of them just, you hear them screaming as they die, but they just start launching off the walls at you, and you have to jump.
I blast every single last one and then jump.
You're falling. Everyone else down there, you guys are in the water, and then here comes big old Pete. I don't know why, but I imagine Pete not landing the best.
I'm going to be on the move looking for our little Tommy Knocker buddy to tie him back up if I can.
I'll give it a shot. Go ahead and notice.
Hey, Thomas, I heard your nickname in high school was actually Tommy Knocker. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, because I used to always go in and knock on bathroom stalls when people were using the bathroom.
That's exactly right.
No, that's not true at all. Notice.
I like the people can see chivalry too, the pooper.
It's Tommy Knocker, the turd burglar.
Ew. What are you guys doing in there?
But these are pieces of me.
You guys,
They're pieces of me now, too.
gross.
That's how particulate
What's happening?
matter works.
No. But yeah, so you can see it is dark now. You guys don't have a torch anymore as you guys jumped in the water. But you can see like the little eyes in the water.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to fucking grab him, tie him up Gollum style.
So this is gonna be a fighting check, and it's gonna have some negatives here because you're in the dark in the water.
Yeah, I understand.
But you can try. I'll let you try.
I'm being stubborn. What do you want me to do?
Fighting? So at the -2, it's weird. Like you grab him, and you weren't expecting it, but this thing sure is slippery when wet. It just like you grab him, you pull him under the water, and he just like he gets launched like a torpedo. He's like ah, and then he's
So when
gone.
he's launched into the air, can I attempt to lasso him?
It's gonna be really hard because you're also swimming, but you can try. It's just gonna be
Swimming
really hard.
in the dark, underground.
Swimming in the dark underground. Yeah, it's going to be really
Oh,
hard.
it's
but you
dark?
can try. Yeah, all the lights went out when you guys jumped.
Yeah, I mean, what is there a skill roll for lassoing? I'll give it a shot. Why
I
not?
think it's agility. I think it'd be agility.
Oh. What is it?
Agility.
Oh, bummer. All right, well, let's give it a good old try.
Give it a good old try.
It's not going to work, though.
No. You hear Butch go, "Hey!" as he gets tangled up in your rope.
Come here, you little
I
fucker.
can't catch this little shit.
You caught something, Charlie. You caught something. But yeah, you guys are in the water. When the Tommy Knocker lands, you don't hear it hit water. You hear it like hit something, and like then you hear like wet footprints, like a little pitter patter. So you think that there's some sort of something out there to stand on. You guys look up, and you can see the eyes watching you from up there. And you realize how far you jumped. It's quite
Are there any animals in the cave?
Fucking unsettling.
probably.
Could I try to get in touch with one and have it follow the critter? The Tommy Knocker.
With your beast mastery?
Correct.
Yes. You could try.
Hot.
So you would have to go up to the animal first. And the bats, none of them are in the water. You know what I mean?
Sure, it'll be priority first thing when we hit dry land.
Absolutely. But yeah, so you guys want to attempt to hit your
Mr. James Daffodil is nice enough to remind you that he may need to make a fear roll because of the water.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're in a nightmare situation. Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead.
it's
Make a fear roll.
Is that's spirit, right?
Yes.
There's at the top of your character sheet. There's the little screaming face.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
click the screaming face, Daffodil.
Sweet.
The screaming face. That's a pass.
Yeah.
55.
So yeah, no, yeah, you get that 5 and you pass
Power
it.
through, Daffodil.
You swallow a little bit of water. It almost causes you to have a panic attack, but then you are okay.
Nice.
I say something encouraging in English with a 7 in a native language roll.
Attaboy!
Thanks, Charlie.
I don't think it's really water, buddy. Just come here.
Oh man, yeah, that's so much more concerning.
It's 50 years of Tommy Knocker urine.
Yeah, it's helping in a way that only Charlie can.
It tastes like it.
That's where all the bats pay.
Guano.
But yeah, you guys are all just sitting in the water in the dark. That's the. But you have like an idea of a direction of dry land.
Yeah, I'd like to head that way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm eager to get out of the water.
It's not long before you guys are starting to stand up in the water. And eventually you guys trudge ashore, the water pouring off of your clothes, and clinging to your bodies in an uncomfortable way. But it's still pitch black.
This is uncomfortable.
Hi, Jenny.
Hello.
What up, Jenny?
But yeah. So you guys, all that you guys can see is like, well, you can't really see anything. It's pitch black down here, and you're wet.
Got my guns up above the water.
But you're all together at least, and you guys do get out of the water.
All right, let's give this lantern a second to dry out. As soon as the wick's dry, we can fire it up.
I've got a box of matches, a shovel, and some rope. Can I use the handle of the shovel, wrap the rope around it, and use the box of matches to create a portable torch?
You can try. All of the stuff is wet, so any of you that wants to create a burning light source that after falling in the water needs to make a survival check.
I have a lantern with oil. It should be the easiest thing to light.
Possibly, yes.
Where is survival?
Mine
it's a
is
smarts.
dog shit. I did not do well.
It's a smarts roll.
Yeah, I made one of these before.
I'm explosives master. That's no problem.
Yeah, Kirk and Charlie, you get some of your nitroglycerin and you use it as a catalyst. And all of a sudden, this shovel's handle like goes,
Oh, fuck.
and it like starts shooting hot like liquid off of it as it's evaporating all the water. And eventually,
Fuck.
yeah, it's. But you guys see around you several Tommy knockers all of a sudden go, and they like run for the hills.
Well, that's better now, isn't it?
Like they were close, and then they're like, bright light threw them off.
Didn't even realize they were in here.
No, you didn't. But you guys, so what your situation now? Now that you your eyes are adjusting, it's probably you guys are probably all bleary-eyed, spots, that kind of thing from the sudden bright light in the pitch black. But you guys are you're in the middle of a bunch of water, on like a smooth, almost rounded surface. But you can see like a little bit of a path that you can walk along the ledge of the wall to get somewhere. You don't know where.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and start walking down the path with the rigged torch.
Yeah. So
I'll bring up the rear with the lantern.
I would still like to try to get in contact with the bat if possible.
Oh yeah, you're up here now. As you get towards the wall, you can actually see a bat kind of looking at you, pissed because you lit a light. But it's just.
That's okay, buddy. Did I wake you up?
And then I'm gonna start like getting my hand out real slowly and I'm gonna be like, "Come here, you little fucker!" And I'm gonna snatch it right off the ceiling.
It starts trying to fly away.
I'm gonna take a swig from my bottle with my other hand. I'm gonna unscrew the cap with just my thumb and like take a swig, and then I'm gonna just stare deep into its eyes as I make a mental link with it.
Yeah, you're going to use your beast mastery to try and tame this thing.
Man, I thought you were gonna give it some of the booze too.
Do you
I
have?
wanted to, but I only have one penny left, and I didn't want the doom with a purpose to happen again.
Like
No more animal cruelty.
alluding to your booze being a mind control substance that only works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be Well, can't take credit for it now. That would have been
What's
sweet.
up, Connor?
Do you have an associated Beastmaster skill?
I believe it's based on spirit.
Spirit, yes. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, go ahead and roll that spirit roll. So that's pretty damn good. So you guys meet the bat, and it suddenly realizes that you don't want to hurt it. And after giving it a little bit of food, it kind of calms. It sits on your shoulder and starts eating it.
I'm gonna put a big grin on my face and look back at the guys and be like,
God damn, these things are so dumb.
and then I want to send it, like, give it orders to fly off ahead of us and kind of check things out. Because if I remember correctly, bats can see in the dark. Is that right? Well, they don't see. I guess they echolocate.
Yeah, he's very at home here.
Yeah, I want to send him out in front of us and kind of like use him as like I guess a fucking drone for lack of a better word.
Radar.
Yeah, absolutely, he disappears into the cave.
Did Crooked Charlie just turn into Daredevil?
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
But yeah, so you start along this ledge. What this is going to be, it's a narrow ledge, and in order to stay on it, you guys need to kind of slow going. But you guys can do it without too much trouble. And honestly, if you fell off, you just land in the water again. So it's all right.
All right.
I don't feel like going through you fell, you're wet again. And having to start over.
Like the N64, like Banjo Kazooie sort of run back up the platform.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing that right now. So you guys are eking on this ledge. It's very thin. It wasn't man-made. It's not meant for people to walk on. At one point, you kick a rock into the water, and you stir the crystal clear, perfectly still surface. And it just sends out ripples. And they disappear off into the dark. And you guys can see yourselves reflected in it when it comes back in the torchlight. But eventually you guys make it around a corner, and it kind of opens up into a cave. Again, you're already in a cave, obviously. It opens up into a passage between like two walls. And as you look up, it goes up and up out of the torchlight. But there is like a path to follow. A natural occurring path.
This must lead to the other way out.
Well, that's where we're trying to get, isn't it?
What do you see up there, Charlie?
Looks like some sort of way up, I think. It's
Possibly.
starting to look like maybe this path has been used before, I'd say.
Can I check to see what the bat is seeing?
There's no actual way for you to like link up with it without like a spell of some kind.
Gotcha. Cool.
But
it hasn't like
it hasn't
died.
come back to you.
Okay.
Pretty much, it'll show up and be like, "Hey, watch out." But yeah, so you're continuing on down this way. Eventually, you guys walk for a little bit.
Yeah, they are fucking dumb.
It's not too long, but eventually you start you trip over something, and it's like an old rotted 2x4. And you look up, and you see just debris all over the place. You see like twisted metal, a couple of bolts, that kind of thing, just all
Jesus
over the place.
Christ, this looks like the kind of places they used to use as your changing room, James.
Yeah. Whatever you say, Charlie.
If you're gonna strip off your clothes, wait till we get out of here, Mr. Daffodil. With all due respect.
You wish, Pete. You wish.
Looks like we're getting back close to the mine if we're coming across debris. Back out of the stone and into the mines.
Yeah,
I think you'd be right to say humans have been through here before.
As you look up, you hear like this, like something like metallic swinging, and then you hear, And something comes into sight all of a sudden.
Oh my guns draw.
Everybody, you see something falling from above you. What do you do?
I'm gonna dive. Yeah, I'm gonna dive out the way.
Same.
Same.
Follow suit.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
James.
roll one for that agility.
I dive to the right.
Pete. Butch. All right. So Crooked Charlie is just staring. What is that? He doesn't move. And all of a sudden, everyone gets out of the way for the most part. But Charlie doesn't fully get out of the way, and Butch mostly gets out of the way. But that's when a minecart comes crashing down. And just kind of shatters into shrapnel all around you guys. So what that's going to be, what is Charlie and Wyatt's toughnesses?
Whose toughness is
7 with
Tough
a 2
size.
in parentheses.
7 with a 2. That's your armor, which you are wearing. So
I have a 6 with a 2 in parentheses.
so you have 8 and a 9. Okay.
Well, if you want to put it that way.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
I would totally be okay. I think it's the first time anybody's called me a hate. Thank you.
It comes in. You get hit in the chest, Butch, in your armor, kind of duster. You get hit by all the shrapnel. You're like, oh crap, and you get knocked down on your ass. But you don't take any sort of wound. Charlie, you have what is known as the shaking condition. You get blasted into a wall by this debris, and essentially, if you get hit again, you take a wound, and so on.
Well, shaking ain't nothing new for old Charlie.
Yeah, you guys see, yeah, and as you guys are looking, this minecart
think
looks.
maybe it is. Charlie, you looked like the thing ran right the fuck into you. Are you alright?
I didn't even feel it.
And then he's going to vomit off the blood.
Charlie.
Those of you that were a little faster,
Yes?
kind
Who's
of
that? Is that Mom?
Daffodil.
Yeah, maybe
all right,
keep,
Charlie. We'll get you out of
keep
here.
an eye on him.
Okay.
Those of you that are a little more aware of what happened had a little more time to process. You realize that what fell was just the wheels and metal frame with like bits of wood stuck to it, which looks awfully familiar.
Looks like somebody must have been up there jacking around with a minecart earlier. Must have fallen through just now.
How fucking far down did we go?
You know, it's probably my bitch of a mother. She's here somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Charlie, there ain't
Hi,
no such
Xavier.
thing as ghosts.
But
You know,
yeah,
just for shits and giggles, Charlie, you don't happen to know the way out of here, do you?
Oh, sure. I'll just ask my little bat friend here.
your bat friend actually does come up at this.
Yes.
And he drops something in your hand.
Ah, fucking nasty little things.
Oh boy.
That's a surprise.
What is it?
It is a bit of fabric from a shirt.
I'm going to just kind of reach my hand out towards James Daffodil and just kind of like hold it out to him.
Can I perform like a little medicine check or anything on Charlie to try to get him back on the up and up? Some smelling salts or something?
There's a couple ways to do it. He can spend a Benny to immediately be fine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hell yeah, I only got one left. Let's do it.
Yeah, you can spend a Benny
I'm
to
just,
not be shaken.
I'm
In that
trained
case,
in healing.
can I like inspect the piece of fabric with James and see if we can glean any sort of information? I've been it already.
Yeah, it looks like the front pocket off of one of those mining uniforms that you saw in some of the dead bodies earlier.
Hmm. Is there anything in the pocket?
Sure.
One used condom.
What it is?
It feels like something. Yeah, you reach in, it's like a finger bone.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna seem disgusted, but I'm gonna go ahead and tuck it into my back pocket.
Nice. Never know when you're gonna need a finger bone. Can really help you fake your own death.
Those things make excellent toothpicks.
Yeah, the bat had come from ahead, up ahead, the way that you were traveling.
I'd say that way.
To answer,
All
I think
right, let's
Butch's
go.
question.
All right.
As you guys are approaching this way, you enter once again. It's a you kind of lose the torchlight, but you can see the fringes of the wall. It's a rounded room with a pretty high ceiling, but it's very symmetric. And as you get to the front part, the first thing you guys are going to notice is the smell. You can kind of
Smells weird in here.
after being down here for so long, you miss this smell. You smell fresh air. Except for Butch, who's dying too much to enjoy it. But yeah, you guys kind of smell. You guys hear like a little, just a faint like,
Fresh
and
air.
like straight across this room, you see like a box cut going all the way up. Then eventually it disappears into the ceiling. And that's where you kind of hear this sound. But that's the first thing you notice, because that's what, like, in your heart you want. You guys are tired of being down here. And you don't know how deep. It's kind of refreshing to feel like maybe you can, like, smell fresh air. But then, near you, around the ground, you guys start seeing a couple things. You see, like, a pile of boots.
Y'all
Free-
need boots?
Free boots.
And then you just kind of see, like, a pile of stuff.
Free stuff.
And you guys are, like, looking through the stuff. You guys start finding, like, you see, like, coins. Playing cards. Pipes.
Yep.
You find a patch of unsmokable tobacco. It's just too old and just nasty.
Come
No
on.
such thing. Give me
Come
that.
on.
Aged to
So-
perfection.
I want to roll. I just rolled the repair. Charlie's going to kind of start laying down sticks of dynamite from where they came from to try and close the passage off as everybody's looking at the shit.
So that they can't follow you.
Or if something wants to try and flex.
Then they gonna get flexed on
So you're
by
putting-
crooked Charles.
So you're putting the dynamite the way you came.
From, yes.
Yeah, okay. So you're laying. Yeah, go ahead and give me that repair. Oh, you did it. Yeah, that's a. You successfully bundle up how much?
How big is the, like, how high is the ceiling? From where
For
we
the
came
for
from?
the for the like tunnel you guys came through, not very. It's probably like twice as tall as a person. It's naturally forming.
4 sticks.
4 sticks. Yeah, that'll do her. But yeah, you see him setting it up. But you guys are looking through this pile of stuff, and you see a lot. There's a lot of like miners' uniforms, that kind of thing in here. Pile of boots. One of you, Butch, with that notice roll,
Me. I don't know the shit in there.
you find a lot of shit. You find a lot of stuff. Just none of it's really valuable. You find like old paper. You find like a little crumpled up map. You
Bunch
find,
of fucking garbage in here.
You find another journal, but this time it's of like some like dickhead that's like trying to, I don't know, do his homework or something.
Man. Man. Ugh.
You stepped in a pile of shaving cream.
Oh no, Gary, what did you do?
Oh no, what did I do? Chicken tenders! No!
Yeah, and then you see the pile of chicken tenders. But yeah, as you guys are looking through, you guys, what are you guys doing?
You said there's a way out that we can see over here also?
There is a tunnel going straight up ahead of you.
I call for the elevator.
So you're gonna walk across this room.
Yeah, I'm gonna. My gun. I've had my hands on my gun since the water.
As you
I'm just
start to
gonna
walk,
keep on keeping on.
as you start to walk across this room, you're looking down and you notice that in the middle of the room, it's not a pile of rocks. They're just very dusty. And then you kick one over. It's a skull. You notice it's just a bunch of bones.
Free skulls.
A big old pile of bones right in the middle of this room.
Hey,
Big
y'all,
old
maybe
pile
we
of
should come back
bones was
over
my
where I'm
nickname in
at.
high school.
What was that, Charlie?
I want to shout to them from where I'm setting up the dynamite from where we came from and suggest that maybe they head back this way in case something's amiss.
Man, there's just a bunch of bones in here.
Oh, okay. At that, when he hears that, Charlie wants to pick up the bundle of dynamite and bring it with him as he joins the group. Is that doable?
You pick up the bundle of dynamite. Yeah, you can do that.
Instead of setting it to blow the cave, he's gonna perk up when he hears that there's bones, and he's gonna grab the dynamite with the probably medium length fuse and bring it on over to where the crap is at.
Absolutely. So you guys are. Well, what is your plan here? Butch, you're walking across the room. You notice the bones. Do you stop?
Oh yeah, I'd call them out. Walk over to. I mean, I'm eyeballing the room, kind of just casually walking through it. After the last couple we've gone through with that have just been empty, I'm kind of loosening up a little bit.
What about?
There were no bones in the Tommy knocker there.
Boots, bones.
You know,
horse
that's a
shit.
good point. And that is actually something that you do. You think that maybe this is where they're dumping their bones. Since you did, so I wasn't sure if you would think of that, but you did. I'm proud of you. Yay.
The drunkard.
But yeah, so you guys are here. What are you doing? I need to know what Pete and Daffodil are doing.
I suppose with the mention of the bones, I draw my weapons and start looking for a way out.
Yeah, I'll walk straight across the room to call the elevator without drawing my weapon.
Yeah, so you guys go over there, you pull the lever, and you hear the counterbalance in the wall go off. And the
Clink,
sound of
clink,
the pulley.
clink, clink.
It doesn't sound like it's going particularly fast. Butch, you're standing over these bones. You're looking at them. You're looking through them. And you kick one over. And underneath you see this skull that's pitch black.
Someone burned this skull.
And then its eyes begin to glow.
Never mind.
And then you start to
this thing's
hear.
fucking alive.
You
I'm gonna
start to hear
start shooting it.
You start to, as you shoot at it, a rib cage goes over its face,
Oh,
and it starts to grow, and it starts to stand taller and taller until eventually it towers
Hey
over
boys, need a little help over here.
at 10 feet tall. A 10 feet tall construct made out of bones stands in front of you. You sense something, Pete. You feel the presence of another Manitoy spirit.
It's a demon. It's a demon spirit.
How do you kill a fucking demon?
Force. And I pull out my war club.
So
I'm gonna kneecap this thing.
after it's finally done growing, it's just this giant construct made of bones. It has like arms where the arms are, legs where the legs are, just kind of like supporting each other. And then it's just a pile of ribs. And in the middle, you can see this black skull with the glowing red eyes of the Manitoy spirit that possesses it. And then, everybody draw cards. Let's see how this goes.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my quick draw ability.
Ha!
Oh,
That's right, baby cakes. Ooh, that the ace of diamonds there, buddy?
Queen of diamonds.
Oh, queen of diamonds. That's pretty good. Queen of diamonds is Pete, right?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty good. All right, everybody else, let me know.
I'm gonna spend a Benny to do an additional card.
Absolutely. So that's something for everyone watching that Butch is allowed to do because of one of his abilities that allows him to be quick on the draw.
Yeah, what's it? Either gunslinger class?
Mm-hmm.
So, Jahan?
Yeah.
When I click on my card thing above my portrait, it's only bringing up poker chips instead of my cards. What's going on here?
There might be like separate pages.
Yeah.
Joker of Hearts.
I can't, like, drag it. Ah! I found it!
There you go.
What the hell is that?
Joker of Hearts.
Oh, the 8 of diamonds.
Do you mean the Jack of Hearts, James Daffodil?
That is what I mean.
Okay. There
That's what I did
are
last time.
jokers in the deck.
Joker.
Let me know if you draw one.
Oh, man.
That's funny. I also drew a Jack, but you got a heart, which is better than my club. So you go before me. Here's Daffodil. And then what did Butch and Crooked Charlie get? Crooked Charlie 8 of diamonds.
Jack of spades.
Jack of spades, which is also better than my... I got the worst Jack. I got the Jack of clubs. So the order is going
But you have the best sandwich.
Best sandwich. Worst card. It's going to be Pete. You're opening us up. And then it's going to be Mr. Spades, Thomas. And then Daffodil. Then me. And then last but not least, Crooked Charlie with the dynamite.
Huh?
But yeah, this thing is 10 feet tall, constructed of bone and evil.
Damn, this thing smells like 10 feet.
God damn it. That's a good pun there, buddy.
You are welcome.
I did not say thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Pete. What are you doing?
I'm gonna run and pull out my war club and smash this thing twice, maybe 3 times even.
So you're just gonna go ham on this thing.
Yeah.
That's what I like to
Let's
see.
see how this works out.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, smooth skins. It's the same way you destroy anything with brute force. I pull out the club and I roll a 5 on my first attack,
Does not hit.
and then this one's a -2, so it's a 7 on that attack.
Does not hit.
What?
Damn, and
Yeah,
this one
shit.
is also, this will be a -4.
Sounds like we're gonna need Daffodil's gunnery.
Does not hit.
Yeah, and that's much less.
So what's actually happening is you are connecting, but as you're connecting, you see its bones like close up at the point of impact and just like rebound your attacks. I'll even say you see like
This
a
one
micro
thinks
effect.
it's tough.
Bam, bam, bam.
I'm right there next to him, getting in the mix with this.
Yes, sir.
So, am I noticing this happen also?
Yeah, you notice him bouncing off of the bones.
Can I see any kind of weak spot or anything? Like I'm looking here with guns trained, something that looks like
I'll
a little
let
bit
you do-
squishier.
I'll let you give me that notice roll. Ah, man.
Go with the Betty, or is that gonna do it?
You can do it, Benny, if you want to.
Yes, I wanna-
It's not gonna do it.
Yes, then we're gonna Benny it up, y'all. Reroll that sucker.
It's better. It's better. The only
juicy bits.
he is straight, just a solid structure of bone. Even his joints kind of like have like rib cages over them to protect him. He doesn't seem to have particularly any weak spots. The only place you notice that is different at all is the black skull in the center of the chest.
Yeah, that was the thing I saw first.
It's the only thing that stands out.
Blast right at those beady ass little glowing eyes. Give him a little bit of thunder and lightning.
If you want to aim for the weak spot, you actually have to tell me beforehand.
That's what I'm doing. I'm aiming for that.
So it's going to be a -4.
I have my quick draw holsters, I think, which give me a +2 to my attacks.
I think on your like first attack.
This is it, baby.
This is it.
So
So it's just going to be a -2.
8.
So you hit it.
Yes, you bitch!
Hit it.
Come on, where's this motherfucker damage? Or is it just going to be, your damage doesn't do anything, fuck you,
You gotta
type
do
of
the
thing?
damage. You gotta do the damage. Damage is important. So that is... Where's his toughness? So you hit it, and it kind of reels back. And it's going to... you're going to see bones close up over it. But it does seem like you did something. It's
Aim for
unclear.
the
It's hard to
fucking
tell.
head.
It's hard to tell with a pile of bones, but it does look like you did something.
Then I'll leap backwards to try to get near Heavy Pete. Or sideways, wherever he's at in
It's a good shot.
relationship to me.
It's a good shot. And then Mr. Daffodil, and it lets out a weird, you don't know from where, but like a weird grindy moan.
All right. I would like to shoot this guy.
To shoot at his person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That is a hit. You definitely hit it. Let's see how much you do here.
and
You
just
shot
one of the,
twice. Only the first. Actually, they both hit. Yeah,
okay.
those both hit. Yeah, you had your low roll first. 14, 7. So the first hit, you straight up, you crack like one of the femurs that makes up his chest piece. And you see the bullet like break it apart. But there's more bone underneath, but you do shatter something. And it'll kind of let out a moan. The second bullet just ricochets right off of Hardbone. And it's going to go, but it is shaken. So it after getting shot in the face, it is still reeling. So he's going to try to recover from that. All right, I'm rolling the wrong thing here. Okay.
Who's got the background tippy taps?
And then Mr. Dynamite himself.
Word. I am going to light the fuse to the dynamite and then throw it at the monstrosity while simultaneously pulling out my ghost steel bladed war club. So, gonna do the toss. Did I hit him?
Toss. It's a good toss. Yeah, it gets in the general area. How long did you set the fuse for?
I believe I had said earlier it was a medium fuse to blow the tunnel.
And you didn't alter it.
I mean, I would have liked to because I would have been prepared for combat at the mention of the bones, but I'm not sure if that's passable or not.
You can do a repair check.
Okay.
To
Repair.
you know how people rip fuses in movies.
Indeed. 5.
It's good enough to shorten the time.
Cool.
So you see a short fuse stick a bundle of dynamite land at his feet, Pete, like right by you, right in front of you. And then it's your turn. It's going like right in front of you.
I look at Crooked Charlie and just shake my head like I lock eyes. And I shake my head, and then I just fucking run from this thing.
Okay.
Follow suit.
Full speed, double move on my turn. Whatever the move action is, I'm doing as much of that as I can.
Samesies.
Absolutely. So you guys both take both of your turns to double move. James Daffodil, it's your turn.
All right.
You're not as close as they were. They both specifically mentioned being over there. But you do see this 4 sticks of dynamite lit and ready to go at the feet of this bone monstrosity.
Cool. I'm going to. What was it? Soft spot again? Is it?
Yeah, it has a black skull in the middle of its chest, but after it got railed on by Butch, it kind of closed its ribs up, and you can see it less. You can see less of it now.
Gotcha. Can I try to shoot it?
can. It's going to be a -4.
Okay. Bang. Bang. Oh.
So the first shot is a 9, and that does hit it in the skull. The second bullet, your gun jams, which is impressive because it's a revolver. They don't really jam, but your jam. I think like you're gonna have like a bad bullet in there. And it's gonna kind of like, and like when it fizzles up, the smoke makes your cylinder sticky.
Is Leighton in the chat room? Why are guns jamming?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Where the hell is he?
But yeah, so with the first one, give me that damage.
Oh,
In the face.
Done, son.
28 though.
Yes, 28. What that does is it tears through like the sternum that's right in front of his face, and it goes into the skull. And so what happens? It says here that if you wound the skull, which you did because you did more than double its toughness with a single shot. So the skull fractures right down the middle, and you specifically, Pete, you drop to your knees and you hear the scream of the Manitoy's spirit escaping from this skull.
Does that creature have a coop power?
Yes, it does.
I'd like to do that.
I don't know how that works, but yeah, it does have one.
I literally just found out right now that I can do that on page 61 of the Deadlands guide.
Yeah.
So it says that Harrowed who count coop gains some pretty strange abilities, but some powers come with drawbacks as well. Taking all that evil inside at once is no small thing. In any haste, Caro can only count one coop and only on more powerful creatures of the Weird West. Lesser critters just don't have enough mojo to collect. So I can collect this thing's life force.
How? Is there?
I do it.
You just do it.
I do it, and if there are two Manitous fighting over it, then we both make spirit rolls.
There are not. So you see him drop to his knees as this thing screams, and he gets up, and he just kind of opens up his chest, and he draws the spirit into it. And you kind of scream a little bit as your bones harden. And you kind of see some of the holes
see my skull glowing black with red eyes through my skin for a second as I absorb its power. You can see it's a creature inside me.
You gain the coup ability, Bone Shards.
What? This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know if
just open his chest up like a ghost trap and absorb this motherfucker, and now he's got some new powers.
You
We're Ghostbusters.
It's so cool. Yeah, I was pretty happy that I didn't know if you could do it or not. But so it's Bone Shards. It has a range of 4, 8, and 16. So close is 4, medium 8, long range 16. Damage 2d4, rate of fire 1. And I guess we can figure out more about that in the coup ability section. But yeah, that's what it is. It's the ability Bone Shards. And it's on page 158 of the Weird West Handbook. But yeah, so you absorb this spirit that James Daffodil just dispatched from this world.
Staring at fucking Daffodil and be like, God damn, that's the most serious cold I have ever seen.
22 was not enough. It had to be the full 28. 28 damage. The 6 plus that 22 was enough to fucking kill it in the skull.
Nice shooting, Jim.
It was good. And that's just when it happens. Massive explosion, bone shards go everywhere. Everybody make an agility test or take damage.
Agility test. I rolled a 6, and so did Mr. Butch Wyatt.
5.
5's not bad. Only one missing is Daffodil.
Also, as Charlie realizes that old Jim Daffy has killed the creature, his eyes widen, sort of in panic and terror, and then he sort of shouts and reminds everybody to get the fuck down.
So the first thing about this is the second that skull explodes and the spirit is absorbed, the golem itself shatters into shards and hits all of you that are within a large blast template, which will be Crooked Charlie and Mr. Daffodil. You guys.
It would be me too from absorbing the power.
Oh, did you get closer? Okay. So
Yeah, I have
three
to.
of you.
Me
Let me know what your toughness
ran
is.
away from Charlie's dynamite.
8.
My toughness is an 11 with my armor.
Does Charlie's dynamite move the bone shards a different direction?
No.
The
The dynamite's going to be a separate
4
explosion.
sticks of dynamite?
The dynamite's going to be a separate explosion. But yeah, Daffodil, what's your toughness?
With armor, it is 12.
All right, so Mr. Crooked Charlie, you are once again shaken by like a bone shard just rips right past you, and you see your life flash before your eyes. You see your
Oh,
mother.
God damn it, there's my mother again.
Yeah, the whole thing. You kind of start tearing up a little bit. You need a drink. It's not good. But then, that's just the bone golem. The bone golem does that when it dies. Then the explosion happens, but luckily all of you rolled high enough to take cover as just more bones shower down on you guys.
Yeah, I think I would have ran after that stick of dynamite and jumped over a rock and just plugged my ears and just assumed all of it was the dynamite.
Yeah, quite possibly. You're the only one that didn't get hit at all. But neither Pete nor James, you guys, the spikes hit your armored trench coats and kind of just don't get through. You have some rips in your clothes, but nothing major. Poor Charlie. It doesn't sound like you guys are getting hurt much, but like Charlie is 1/4 dead. So, just shaking.
I
is
was
the first
already
step.
a quarter dead.
Yeah, but then you spent that Benny.
Makes me half dead. No, I mean from the drinking.
Right after this big explosion and our ears are all ringing, Charlie's fucked up now. Looking around, we see anything? Has the elevator gotten here? Little
Also
fucking
was
monster
fucked up
coming
before
this
that.
way.
The elevator does land, and there is stuff around. You guys do still. There's still those piles of things. It's all the belongings of the miners. Everybody can make a notice roll to try and get something.
Yes.
Ooh.
Fuck yes. That was a 7 and a 9. Butch found some good shit. That's a yeah. Pete's good at looting bodies.
Something interesting happened.
Oh, also, you can roll to unshake yourself every turn, Charlie.
I'd like to point out that my notice score is a D4 -1, and I rolled a 13. Feeling pretty good about
Let's
that.
see, who rolled the highest? You rolled the highest. So you're going to find near the elevator, it looks like somebody else that had tried to escape the same way. You're over there looking at that, reflecting on your newfound demonic abilities. And you see a chain hanging from this guy's pocket, going to his front pocket. You pull it out, there's a pocket watch in there.
Oh shit, he's got a wallet chain.
It's a nice silver pocket watch.
From the future. Year 1998.
Yeah, it's digital pocket watch.
He's
But
got
yeah,
Jinkos and a wallet chain.
everybody does find something now. Everybody gets something good. Let's see. Where's Charlie and Butch? Butch gets the next highest roll. Butch, you are going to find... What do you want? You want something interesting? You want like a pipe? I give you a pipe. A really nice
Yeah.
pipe.
Yeah, Butch has been smoking nonstop.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would catch your eye and you'd pick it up. We'll say
Yeah.
it's a fancy pipe, worth some money if you chose to sell it, but it is used and it is made from ivory. It's a
Oh
nice
man,
ivory
I'm
pipe.
gonna lose this in a card game later.
And it has like a jade tipped like mouthpiece. It's pretty nice. It's pretty extravagant, and it has like a depiction of like a dragon. You're smoking out of like a dragon pipe. It's pretty,
I smoke it.
it's pretty cool.
I load
Yeah,
my
you smoke.
tobacco straight in, light it up, and take a big whiff and see what happens.
You get some like Scoobies from like the previous loads in
From
this
the
thing.
12th century.
Yeah, it's like little bits come out, but eventually it's a pretty clean smoke. Then the next person, Crooked Charlie. Crooked Charlie, you find yourself. We'll say you actually find like a little box in the corner, and you know what that box is. You know what's in it.
Fuck me. That you got a jade tipped pipe, you cheap shit.
He did get a J-tip pipe, but you find a box with some TNT in it.
Hell yes.
And some extra fuse, that kind of stuff. You find like the demolition equipment.
Perfect.
And then James, your roll's not that great, but you find like a pocket full of gold coins. And you're sitting pretty.
Nice.
Sitting pretty. And we'll say you find like some cool spurs or something on a dead guy. You don't know why you're warm down here.
They're made out of fucking bones.
They're made out of bones, yeah.
Because a bone spur is a real thing.
A bone spur is real. That's true. It stops you from enlisting sometimes if you're president.
Hey.
Only if you also sundown first.
But yeah, so you guys, the elevator's here. And it seems you guys just symbolically, the bat will fly straight up the chute. And it will be followed by a swarm of bats as they break on out for a night of hunting.
Well, I'm gonna be leaning against the elevator, smoking my pipe when they arrive. Can I use any of my healing skills to help Charlie out?
Yeah, you can give him like advantage on his shake and roll thing.
Yeah, get your advantage on your shake and roll. I'm gonna patch you down a little bit. Give me some little medicine.
You're gonna
patch
clean
out.
up some of his abrasions.
Yeah.
Nice. I succeeded on the second.
Yeah.
You help. You put like a blanket on him. You help him get out of the shock of the bone explosion, and his life flashing before his eyes. But yeah, you guys are now in the lift, heading up.
Well, thanks, buddy.
Yep, no problem.
I'm gonna offer him a bottle of alcohol, like a whole bottle.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it. I may not get through this as quick as you, but I appreciate it.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
Means you tend to drink a little bit faster than I do is all, Charlie.
Hell yeah, dude.
No disrespect. Just noticing.
Appreciate you saving my life either way, disrespect or not.
As you guys breach the surface, you guys can all breathe a sigh of relief as you see the moonlight over the plains down below.
That was a weird bear we fought in there.
The bear you
How
shot
about,
in his magic skull.
How about that fucking 12-foot tall bear with a black skull, glowing eyes made out of fucking bones that Pete absorbed the soul out of? What about that fucking bear,
That was
Daffy?
I don't know about all that.
North American bone bear, everybody knows it.
You know, they call them bone fiends. They come from charnel pits and masses, graves full of bones. They're possessed. They have a single human skull. The evil turns it pitch black as it builds up massive new forms of bones around it. You know, they call it the Ebon Skull.
Did you get all that
Plagiarist.
when you absorbed its fucking sword or energy? Did you get all that then?
Yes, the Manitou that resides inside me is more familiar with this animal than I am. This creature. This undead horror.
Can he get out?
Or as Mr. Daffodil would have you say, the bear.
Well, I guess we don't want to release the bear, do we?
Hey guys, look, I got a box of TNT.
I mean, I can't think of anything better to suit you, other than if we had found a liquor stash in there.
There was a liquor stash in there?
No, if there had been, it would have been yours, though.
Oh, right on, man.
You guys are enablers.
Good. You mean good friends? I think is what they call that.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys are all free and clear of this mine finally.
Oh. Well, should you just drop dynamite down this fucking shaft and blow it the fuck up so no one else has to go in there and get eaten up by whatever the fuck cave bears were?
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna go ahead and rig up a 6er this time. Actually, no, this time I'm gonna just plant 3 bottles of nitroglycerin, unless I got something special in the TNT box.
You're looking in the TNT box. You do find something in there. You find a gold-plated windproof lighter.
That is super gangster. Thank you. I'll add that
to restart his computer.
It has like a skull on it that's smoking a cigar.
Hell yeah. I actually used to have a lighter that was very similar to what you described. It was not wind resistant, though it claimed to be. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just grab the lighter, pocket it, take 3 bottles of nitroglycerin, and then go plant them strategically, kind of around the entrance to this cave, and then I'm just gonna shoot. I'm gonna have 1 by itself, and then 2 in a group, and I'm gonna shoot both of them, and ideally blow it the fuck up.
Yeah, give me that repair check.
Cool. Bang.
It's a good repair check. Yeah, you set it up, and you're
Perfect.
solid, man. You guys go get back a little bit.
Fire in the hole.
Boom! The shaft just drops down on itself, sealing this tomb to make sure no one ever goes back down there again.
At least not that way.
At least not that way.
Well, that means both elevators on both sides are now broken.
Yes.
Well,
Nobody should be stepping foot down to the depths of those mines for a long time.
I'd still like to blow it all the way back to hell.
I think it is hell.
Well, I think maybe it was, but I think you took that piece of hell with you, Pete.
I wasn't sure how that fight was going to go. You guys really murdered that thing.
I mean, fucking, it was Daffy, dude. He shot 1 fucking shot, took all its health, man.
Butch almost did the same thing. He was close. He just needed to do more damage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Wait, so what was the issue with Heavy Pete's attack? Just out of curiosity, why didn't it connect?
He didn't do enough damage.
Oh, that was it.
He couldn't get through its toughness. Its toughness was like an 11.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like a melee negation or something like that.
Kind of.
Just curious.
Well, and also there was his pari was really high too. I think that might.
Well, fellas, what's the plan from here? Heading back to the ranch so we can go run more cattle tomorrow.
I fucking hate that place.
Yeah, I think heading back to camp is the best course of action. We've been gone long enough.
Well, if you fellas wouldn't mind, I've got this bottle of liquor Charlie just gave me. Be happy to sit around a campfire and share it with you before bed.
Sounds like a plan, White.
I don't drink, but I appreciate the sentiment.
I got my own bottle, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Well, sounds like we'll do shots till we fall out, Daffodil.
All right.
So you guys are planning on heading back to
Head back to camp.
It was what a cute little credits roll scenario.
Someone give me a check to navigate back.
Interesting.
Because you
I like
guys
it.
aren't exactly sure where you are.
That makes sense.
Butch looks around. He's like, Nebraska?
What the fuck?
It's funny. You did a survival. He did a gambling, and you got the exact same results. So we don't know if it's left or right.
No, I think what happened was we both said Nebraska at the same time for different reasons.
You both walked opposite ways at the same time. Also, well, that should be Nebraska. I think that should be Nebraska.
Butch looks around, Nebraska? And then Charlie's like, I'd put money on it. But you guys are not in Nebraska, so you're not sure which way to go.
Can I use my vulture at all for Beastmaster skill?
You could try to call for him
Sweet.
with like a whistle. You could like whistle for him because he's
How
flying
many-
around out here.
How many different animals can you be attuned to at once?
I don't know if there's a
I
limit. I think
imagine-
he can just tame them.
That's awesome.
That is
Well, I
awesome.
think actually it did say that like for ranks and stuff that you can add more. I believe right now I can only have 2 at any one time, and they have to be a certain size or something. But I think as of right now, I'm not currently connected because after the bat did its thing, he was done.
Yeah, the bat's gone.
Because I can only have one pet that's like my thing.
I figured that was kind of like a
But I think-
situation pet.
Yeah, the last one you had was the vulture, so you would have had the vulture still.
But you can whistle for it.
How would I do such a thing?
Just give me a spirit check.
Oh, any day. How about today?
You hear him whistle. It's a pretty good, decent, interesting, weird sounding whistle. And eventually, a big old vulture comes and sits on your arm. And it starts pecking at your head a little bit.
I'm just gonna kind of stare into its eyes and be like, "Why don't you take us on home, there, buddy?" And then let it fly off again.
He'll fly off. And that's a good way to do that. He does head in a direction.
I'm just gonna look back at the guys and start heading that way.
I'm glad you didn't die down in those mines, Charlie.
Yeah, well, you can thank Mr. Butch Wyatt for all that nonsense. I can't count the number of times I've almost died. Or been
can't count the
arrested.
number of times I rode a minecart down to a cave to fight a giant demonic bear. One.
Yeah, no, that was
They're called
they got
bone
intense.
fiends.
Bone fiends.
There. Yeah.
Fucking ankle biters.
and Tommy Knockers. I had never heard of Tommy Knockers before, but I was researching for today, and I liked it.
Check out the Langoliers.
The Langoliers.
They eat time.
Oh no, not time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you guys are following this the vulture in a direction, and it eventually it comes to roost on like a dead tree on the side of the mountain pass, and it just sits there and like looks.
Are we on foot or do we have our horses?
You're on foot,
Yeah.
and you guys can see that the vulture seems to be slightly illuminated by firelight of some kind.
I want to pull like a snack out of my bag, which I believe would be a cigar, and toss it to the vulture as a thank you.
You toss
No,
it to the vulture.
I'll see you toss that cigar and be like,
It'll catch it and start nibbling.
There you go, bud. Appreciate it.
does that fire look like a campfire or something bigger?
It does look like a campfire.
All right, I'm going to slow my roll on the approach and see if we can drop some eaves.
Yeah, you go on. Give me a sneaky boy check. That's a sneaky boy check. Yeah,
4.
you're more or less quiet. Yeah, it's pretty good. Quiet Wyatt. That's what they call it.
Wyatt.
But you everyone sees Butch kind of like wait a second and kind of sneak on over. And what the situation is, you guys are kind of still in the mountains. You came up higher than you went in. And you guys are on like a mountain pass. It's kind of a trail. It looks like it's used somewhat. And now you're like on the other side of this like about neck high rock formation, and you can peek on over. The tree that the vulture's in is like to your right. And then when you look on over, you see like kind of like a little alcove in the mountain. And you can see people sitting around a campfire. People you do not recognize.
Is
Do not recognize them one way or the other, just anyone.
Gold guy?
What's that?
Can I do like a deception check or something where I just stumble into their camp acting like a lost drunk old man to kind of gauge the situation?
If you wanted to.
No, I mean, I guess specifically, is there a deception type of roll that I can make? I don't have anything on my skill list other than maybe persuasion.
I feel like... Here, let me look at the character sheet real quick.
But I'm not sure. I may just not have added this skill because it costs.
Performance.
performance would work.
I did
How
not.
far?
Spirit.
Oh, okay.
How far away am I from the camp?
Beautiful.
Kevin,
from
if
the
you
camp-
click on the crossed hammer and wrench right next to skills, you can add any of those skills back to your list. Because you may actually have a D4 in a skill, but a higher attribute. So you're going to need to roll the skill instead of the attribute, or else you'll give yourself an edge.
My understanding is that you had to spend a skill point to add a skill, and then you had to spend skill points to level it up.
So every skill is a D4, and you're even worse at specialized skills. I think
I thought the
specialized skills are
D4
like a D4 minus 1.
I thought the D4 was only given to you because you spent the point to unlock it. No.
No, that's basic.
No.
That's
Everything's a
Oh, so we should have access to all the skills. On
Yeah,
the
if you're
list?
untrained,
almost
you roll a D4.
every single one, but like there's things you don't need, like psionics and hacking and electronics.
Gotcha. I think I just set up my sheet wrong. My bad.
all
It's
good.
okay. No problem.
Yeah,
so-
I did.
So
also.
roll, not spirit. Roll. I lost it already.
I think you roll a D4 for that.
Performance.
But yeah, Thomas, you were right over, like, they're like right below you. Like a 6-foot drop.
Okay. Just needed to know whether or not I needed my sniper rifle or my pistols.
There it is. All right. It's a 3.
So you're stumbling into the camp. Right?
Yes.
So yeah, you guys see Crooked Charlie stumble on, and he's not pretending to be drunk, because he is kind of drunk. But he is pretending to be unaware. But he does a couple suspicious things. And as soon as he comes around the corner, they all have guns up.
Well, hang on a minute there, cowboy. This might bit turned around, I believe. I swear I've seen some crazy shit lurking up here. You fellas see anything like that?
They all look at each other. So it is several men and a woman. All of them are wearing dusters. They have bandanas around their necks. One of them has it up above their face.
Red or blue?
They're red, actually.
Fucking Bloods.
Fucking Bloods, man. Watch out.
Wrong coast, motherfucker. We're in Texas. Third coast.
Third coast. But yeah, and so they're all pointing guns at you. What the fuck you doing out here? They start looking around a little bit.
I would like to spend a Benny
Okay.
to know one of them.
Is that a thing?
Hell yeah.
To change or to.
Oh, right. Yeah, you spend a Benny, and you recognize the girl.
I thought you said it was a woman, goddammit.
The woman. She's old. She's like 20 something, you know. She's an adult woman.
Old.
We apologize to any of our female viewers. out
No,
there.
we don't.
What
We're
the,
teenagers. We
views
just
age.
look like adults. And
Yeah, we
if you're in your
have,
20s, you're old. And if you're in your 30s, you're real old. And if you're 40, you're ancient. And if you're 50, you're dust.
Teenagers?
I don't know if I am teenagers. I think it's just one, and everything else is younger than that.
Yeah, I am 2 teenagers stacked on top of each other. That's why I'm so fucking sassy.
But Mr.
Like
Daffodil, you recognize this woman. She, at one point, was a friend of yours, maybe a love interest, but you guys were in a crew together, and it didn't end well.
What's her name?
You know what? I'm going to say instead of her having betrayed you, you betrayed her. You, like, rode off the morning after with the loot. You little heartbreaker, you. Her name...
You said you were going to pull out.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Daffy.
We'll call
She
her,
put the
we'll call her
wild in
Lisa.
the wild west.
Call her Lisa.
Lisa. And how much do I owe Lisa?
Sounds
we'll
like
say-
some child support.
You owe her...
2 counties.
You owe her, like, a couple bills, man. You owe her a stack.
Okay.
You, like, stole her share of a stagecoach job that you ran. You
I didn't know you used to be an actor.
But yeah, that's the situation. They're pointing guns at Charlie. The fuck are you doing here? What do you
Well, I
say, Charlie?
told you already I'm lost. Are you fucking deaf?
Are you fucking stupid? And
Are you?
one of them will walk up, like, saying that and putting the gun like in your face, and he's like the biggest.
I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him.
Charlie's incapable of being afraid because of his night terror shit, I think it is. So no fear here. He's just gonna stare the guy down.
We see the barrel of a gun illuminate the night as smoke comes out of it. We don't see who fired, and that's when we're gonna have to call it for tonight.
John, are you familiar with what a chode hammer is?
Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for participating. Thank you guys for playing. I had a blast.
It's really fun.
I'm glad you guys are liking it. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for our Expanse game with Leighton and Alicia, Gary and Matt. And don't forget to... Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, look at all those dice.
Wow.
432 units.
Don't forget to follow us on Fresh Out the Box on YouTube, Facebook, Fresh_Out the Box on Twitter, @RockFact. Follow @Mr. Avenger. Check out his voice actor stuff. If you want to hire him, he is a professional voice actor. Don't be afraid to do that. Follow Gary at Casualty C2G. Thank you everybody for being around here. I just posted some of our socials. Stick around if you guys want to be part of the raid that we're going to be doing on somebody here in a second. But everybody have a good night.